Everybody, just want to keep this brief. This video is going to be long enough in itself. Please watch this video in its entirety. It really helps my channel out. And what it is, I found some footage on BitChute that I thought I'd lost. And it's from the very first counter-protest I did against Stand Up to Racism. It was just me, on my own, with my camera. I did a live stream, so that's why it may seem a bit odd of why I'm talking to the camera so much. I was doing a live stream at the time, and that's why, unfortunately, it's in portrait. But at the time, the camera that I had wouldn't allow me to do landscape, or I wouldn't be able to see the chat or the comments or what people were saying. So unfortunately, it's in portrait, but it does capture all the action, all the interesting interactions, and there are some very interesting interactions with Stand Up to Racism. Most of it is hostile, as you can imagine. So yeah, go and enjoy it. And I'm uploading this as proof that one person can make a difference, and that, you know, I'm not the sort of person that just sits on my arse in front of a computer preaching to everybody else. I actually get off my arse, I go out there, and I take the fight to the people that we're in this ideological war against. Enjoy. This is Vindicator, signing off. Stand up to racism. Say no to Trump, world's #1 racist. They haven't got a fucking clue, have they? Migrants and refugees welcome here. Yeah, so long as they come here legally and not illegally on boats and stuff, eh? Migrants and refugees welcome here. Blame austerity, not migrants. Well, it's kind of strange that, isn't it? Migrants are going to cost austerity because who's going to pay for their hotels and free money? That's going to be us, isn't it? So we're going to have to pay more tax. People actually watching. So there they are. They're just sat there doing nothing at the minute. It's just crazy. And they've actually put signs on the actual courthouse, which I think is illegal. Yeah. Let's go and take a walk down and have a look at them, shall we? Stay at this.
Right, welcome everybody. Hiya. Who are you filming for, please?
Anybody, it's public space. I can film whatever I want. Yeah. No, I'm not joining the protest. Thank you.
Right. This rally was called. This rally was called by.
Yeah, notice how on top it says socialist worker. This is all about socialism. This has got nothing to do with Black Lives Matter at all. No way. No.
To do with Black Lives Matter.
No, it isn't. Why have you got socialist on the top of your thing then? So this is Black Lives Matter is all about socialism. We all know that. I've done research on this. Yeah. Oh, I've done research. Oh, that's a new one, that isn't it? Do some research. Yeah, I have done my research, mate. Do you know the guy who you're actually supporting, George Floyd, was a career criminal? Do you know that?
Right. Mate, this is a protest against racism and defense of refugees. You're not welcome.
I'm in a public space.
No, we're asking you to
Move
go.
away.
I'm not
You're
going anywhere.
harassing people.
Am I harassing people? I'm over here.
We don't want to have people filming us that are not here to support us.
Well, that's not what a protest is. That's what a protest is about, is it?
No. Don't you define what
Keep your 2 meters, please. Keep your 2 meters. Keep your 2 meters.
I'm here.
Get a bloody mask on.
Why do you need a mask on for?
Exactly.
Why do you need a mask on for? I'm out in the open. What do you call me?
You heard?
What do you call me?
Get yourself away.
No, I'm staying right here. I've got every right to be here just as much as you have.
Stay there and keep quiet and move back.
Yeah, you can get your way, mate, all you want. Don't come any closer to me.
I'm not coming close.
Keep your 2 meters distance. You're not stopping this shit at all.
You have the mask.
No, I'm not getting a mask on. I don't have to get a mask on in public. See this? Immediately, I'm being harassed immediately by these people. Yes, I am. You don't like being challenged, do you? You don't like being challenged on your positions, do you?
I love being challenged. That's why I'm here.
All lives matter. All lives matter.
Shit.
All lives matter. All lives matter. Get away, mate. Get away. Get away. I can go where I want.
Go.
All lives matter.
No justice, no peace.
All lives matter.
Lives matter.
All lives matter. All lives matter. All lives matter. He's saying bullshit. All lives don't matter, apparently. What an arsehole.
No, we all know that. Off you go.
Stop harassing me, mate.
No, you're doing the harassing.
How am I harassing? You came up to me. You came up to me.
No, you came up to us.
I can stay as much as I want, mate. Go away from me. Go away from me.
There's a reason you're in a minority of one on your own, isn't there?
No, I'm not in a minority of one on my
You
own.
actually are.
You're not exactly a massive crowd yourself, are you? Yeah, whatever.
When Black Lives Matter, then all lives matter.
Oh, I've not heard that one before.
Well, listen to it. It's true.
It's all that, getting harassed straight away by them. They can't take criticism at all, none of them. Apparently free speech only matters when it's their free speech, doesn't it? This is because they've never been challenged before in Chesterfield. Well, it's going to change. What are you shaking your head at? What am I saying that's not right? You're calling the cops? Why? What, just because I'm here filming you? Just like you're doing a protest? I'm a person for one. They're calling the police.
That the 4 officers responsible for George Floyd's death appear in court. Without the phone videos and social media, the 26 million people
Apparently they don't like being counter-protested. I'm one person. They don't like the facts, do they? Not at all. We've got to ask why George Floyd was a criminal, don't we? Yeah. Why he held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach during a home invasion. And this is who these people support. They support criminals.
Today, Derek Chauvin, a senior officer with 19 years experience, will be charged with second-degree murder. His defense is alleged to include
They don't like criticism, do they?
charge, and that George died as a result of drug overdose.
Ooh, you're harassing us. I'm harassing a crowd of about 20. One person. I know I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Today, Thomas Payne and Tuo Tai will be charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder and aiding and abetting second-degree manslaughter. They have asked for the case to be dismissed against them. It was their first day.
Just look at the chat. That's great. I'm just waiting for the police to come and see what they've got to say. If they ask me to move on, I'll move on. But that'll just confirm one thing, won't it? That there's definitely two-tier policing in this country. And it's okay for them to protest, but nobody can ask questions of them while they're protesting. They just chant like mindless drones, Black Lives Matter, and they don't even understand what Black Lives Matter is at all. You see, it was immediate. I've got it all on camera. It was immediate. They immediately came up and started harassing me. As soon as I started questioning them, that was it. Why do a protest if all you want to hear is your own opinions? Doesn't make any sense, does it? I really don't think that's legal up there as well, where they put all those signs up there. They may be committing an offence more than I am. Look at the state of that over there. Jesus Christ. There's not many black people here, is there, as well? Like, there's one. There's one there. That's going to be a short list. you want to know the last person who died at the hands of the police in this country? It was actually the London Bridge attacker. They don't want to mention the fact that more white people are killed at the hands of American police than black people. I guess they're not going to talk about black on black crime either, which is a lot higher.
Patrick Underwood, 53-year-old black man, shot dead by a racist attacker. Therefore, Sergeant Steve Guerrillo returned car to Black Lives Matter protest and opened fire. Chris Beatty,
Bit of atmospheric music. Ooh.
shot down 30th July by unknown racist gunmen in Indianapolis. No arrest.
I wonder if they'll mention the Trump supporter that was shot dead by a Black Lives Matter activist. I wonder if they'll mention that. That'll be interesting, won't it? That won't get mentioned. The countless black people who've owned businesses in America where rioters have destroyed those businesses, they won't get mentioned, will they? That Black Lives Matter have destroyed. That won't get mentioned. I wonder if they'll mention David Dawn, a black retired police officer murdered by a Black Lives Matter rioter. He was a black police officer. That won't get mentioned because that goes against the narrative. George Floyd, let's read out his criminal record, shall we? George Floyd, criminal record, aggravated robbery, held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach during a home invasion. A second gunman hit her on the head. He was also arrested for possession of cocaine. In and out of jail all his life. He's a career criminal. And this is the person that these people are going to take the knee to. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they asked me to do my research. They obviously haven't done theirs, have they? He was shot dead by Black Lives rioters. Yeah, they're claiming that David Dawn was actually killed by a racist. So that was done by a Black Lives Matter rioter. So I guess that rioter was a racist then. I guess Black Lives don't matter to that guy, do they? Crazy people. Master race. Do you even know my political position? Have you even bothered to ask me? No, you haven't, have you? What am I then? You tell me. You tell me what I am. What am I? You've made an accusation. You can at least back it up with some kind of evidence. Apparently, I'm the master race. Right? You've heard that here. I'm the master race. A master race of one.
Thank you very much.
It's amazing how they always ask you to do some research, but haven't clearly done any of their own, have they?
Thank you. Refugee crisis raged really for 6 years now. There's been life destroyed by borders, conflict camps, detention, and violent and needless death. Since this time in 2013, over 19,000 people have died, escaping war, torture, poverty, and environmental.
Where's the war on mainland Europe? They're supposed to settle in the first country they come to. Yeah, they're crossing across the channel on being trapped here by illegal people traffickers. They're illegal immigrants. They're not refugees. Illegal migrant, economic migrants, should I say.
Described in the media relentlessly as migrants, not people. Demonized and scapegoated, they have paid literally with their lives.
And yet it's migrants that have been really stabby lately, haven't they? And rapey in our country.
From Syria, Libya, Afghanistan, Sudan, Ethiopia, and Turkey. Men, women and children have crossed continents, on land and taken to unsafe sea in the desperate attempt.
Cross continents, they've crossed a safe continent, which is Europe. Europe is safe. They're supposed to settle in the first safe country. They're coming here for benefits. Simple as that. It's an economic incentive. They're going to get put up in free hotels and given free money. Who wouldn't come for that?
And governments introduced draconian control on immigration, like those
Draconian controls. So as opposed to uncontrolled immigration.
It will continue and escalate the hostile environment. Using the Royal Navy and intercepting vessels in the Channel from France has now encouraged far-right extremists.
Oh, I'm far right. There you go. First one of the night.
To launch their own ship, who boast that they will do anything necessary to deter the arrival of refugees on these shores.
That guy's probably got more sense than all these people here.
We've got an example of that kind of here today.
Yeah, we are. Blatant ignorance as well.
You're interfering with our freedom of speech. Can you please move away?
No, I'm not moving away.
Please move away.
No,
You're interfering
I'm
with our
talking.
freedom of speech.
I'm talking.
Yes,
I'm
but you're
talking.
interrupting and talking.
She's got a
over
microphone.
us.
I haven't got a
Move away.
microphone. No. You just don't like what I've got to hear, do
Or
you?
being turned back or even shot at by Coast Guard and police on arrival to prevent people disembarking safely. Lives have been lost off the coast of Libya as Europe has closed its borders and no rescue is offered or attempted. On the 19th of August this year, 45 people died in a boat carrying 80 which caught fire after the engine exploded in the Libyan Sea. 5 of them were children under the age of 10 and were left to their fate as authorities stood by and refused to intervene because no country wanted to take any responsibility. $76,500 known refugees entered Europe last year, some still in camps in Lesbos, in Greece, Lampedusa, Italy and Calais in France, waiting with no hope of any future and desperate
They
to
don't
find
like
a
people
home.
talking about what they're saying, refuting what they're saying. They just don't like it at all.
COVID-19 in the camps is life-threatening to people with too little to eat, often sick in overcrowded and cramped conditions, with poor or little sanitation, reliant on non-government organisations and volunteers and charity.
Yeah, COVID-19 is non-existent. That's bullshit.
In the camps, they face the risk of trafficking, violence, sexual assault and rape, and child abuse is a real and continuing threat.
So wouldn't that stop that if we refuse to take them in?
And strap themselves to the undercarriages of planes or cram into trucks in the attempt to try to move on to safety. On arrival,
And there's no safety in France.
the hostile environment
Make any sense?
means the
Does it?
possibility of detention for indeterminate periods in Yarlswood or one of the other 8 centres for holding while they seek asylum or make applications for citizenship. Harmondsworth is a short stay unit, a facility that holds up to 630 new arrivals.
It's pure propaganda, isn't it?
For a minimum of 7 days at a time.
You're supposed to feel sorry for people that make their own decision to come across the channel.
There are people in Harmondsworth now who have been there for more than 6 months. These are like prisons that make the message of refugees not wanted here very clear.
But they're not refugees, are they?
There are over 1,000 children detained in detention centres in the UK every year.
Thousands, I doubt that.
People will have seen in the media this week the horrific fire in the camp of Morara on the island of Lesbos in Greece. There are 13,000 people in that camp, now without shelter, now without any place of refuge, with no access to clean water, sanitation, food or health care.
don't think they're going to want to answer any of my questions somehow, are they?
To shelter 3,000 people maximum at any one time. The Greek Deputy Home Office Minister has said that the fire was caused by refugees themselves. The refugees, the charities and the NGOs working with them say that it was caused by racist attacks, which are now becoming frequent as the organised far-right travel from the mainland in Greece to terrify, harass,
Everything's the far right. It's all the far right.
For the refugees on the island of Lesbos.
Do you expect anything else? It's just the far right,
We
isn't
need
it?
to be very clear that Stand Up to Racism is very proud to say refugees are welcome here.
Yeah. Legal refugees. Legal refugees are welcome here, not illegal ones.
Give it the
legal way. Do it the legal way.
Governments have caused policies, war, poverty, and colonial rulers that they are prepared to back, that use horrific and violent means to suppress their own people. Our government is complicit in the refugee crisis globally, and it will continue to
We give
do so.
millions in foreign aid every
There
year.
is a duty to welcome refugees here. Our colonial and imperial past means that we have a duty to welcome refugees here. Stand Up to Racism locally in Chesterfield and North Derbyshire has welcomed many Syrian families who fled from Aleppo 5 years ago. They're now settled, contributing to our community, integrating, learning our language. Their kids are in our local school.
They're in cloud cookie
They
land,
are
aren't
our
they?
friends, brothers and sisters, and we stand in solidarity proudly with them and all refugees seeking to come to the UK and Europe.
But where do we draw the line?
And we will continue.
Where do we draw the line in that?
to do so.
There's got to be controlled immigration.
We will oppose the hostile environment. We will campaign to say
Controlled immigration, or we're just going to get more people that want to go stabby around Birmingham, aren't we?
For asylum,
They don't care about that. They're not bothered about those types of people that come in.
Environment that doesn't represent the majority of people.
I think they find they don't represent the majority of people in this country anymore.
International Refugee Day.
That's why Labour lost the last election.
Because of the COVID restrictions, it may mean that we can't have a protest, which is regrettable because we should. And I think it would be supported widely.
Here's one plus for COVID.
But I do urge you, if you can't come to a protest if there isn't one, make a placard, make a banner at home, stand and take a selfie. Just say that you stand with refugees, that refugees are welcome. And
Legal refugees are
continue to
welcome,
fight
not illegal ones.
against racism and fascism that seeks to divide us and scapegoat and blame refugees for problems that they are not responsible for.
Yeah, they're not responsible for getting stabby against people, are they? They've got no agency at all. It's all down to fascism.
Right. Alfred said that he would speak, which is very kind of him. Would you like to come?
Good evening, Chesterfield. I look at all the faces and just indicative of what's happening in the community. Sometimes it feels like I am the
It says Chesterfield welcomes refugees. Black Lives
I
Matter.
don't mind being a minority. I don't mind being filmed. I don't mind giving you my name. Because at the end of the day, you can't do anything to me.
Who says I want to do anything to you? He doesn't even know me. Doesn't even know me.
So stand up to racism. For the last couple of months, I think it was.
It's the same old adage, isn't it? If you're not with them, you're against them,
My manager over there.
and you're a fascist. It's the same when they argue with the far right. They're exactly the same. Because I argue with the far right, I'm obviously a communist. Same line of thought, isn't it? Every time. With extremists, it is anyway.
You have to come out from in the background and stand in the forefront. You have to speak about what really matters. If something doesn't affect you, then you can always walk by. You can always, just turn a blind eye to it. Racism, injustices, any kind of isms doesn't sit comfortably with me. For far too long, kind of sit around in the background and pretend that everything's okay, and it's not okay. So since I think Floyd's situation, and there have been many before that, both abroad but also in this country. I was born in this country. I've kind of lived away for about 10, 15 years, and I came back. And quite often people say to me, why did you come back? I think because I was homesick.
Exactly. That's a good question, actually. But why do thousands of immigrants come here if there's systemic racism here? If we're not welcoming to refugees, why do they come here? Why do they stay? It doesn't make any sense, does it? If there's fascism here and stuff.
A car broke down just between Claycross and Stretton, so I walked to work. Within 2 weeks of going to work, I entered what was called a situation where it was just outright racism. I had children from school age up to adulthood. The first name
She's phoning the police again. I think I'm going to get a visit from the police, people. Oh no. Anecdotal. No evidence that ever took place. What can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
Maybe if you did bring them up the right way, maybe if you did speak to them about different cultures, maybe if you did speak to them about differences, then this would be different.
Look at me, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Yeah, he's free to speak. He's free to speak out in the open. Nobody's oppressing him or anything. Free speech.
Because of my colour. It's all because of the difference that I appear to be. But you know what? I've continued for years.
It'd be great to have been able to ask some questions, but obviously they were off from the outset about me, weren't they? They didn't want to answer questions. They've got no interest in anybody answering questions. They're just dogmatic about their beliefs.
Want to say the right things to be fitting. This is not the time for fitting. We want the time for fitting. COVID, just like COVID affects all of us, we're all unified very mass at this moment in time. That's what it feels like to be unified, standing, fighting a cause. And I want to say to you, as allies, fighting a cause for any kind of injustices is the most important thing. We talk about racism, we talk about inequalities in every facet of society, sexuality, religion, and all of that. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings with feelings and emotions. You cut me, I bleed.
Yeah, I'm an army of one.
So, at the end of the day, we are
I'm an army of one. So fearful of being challenged in their beliefs, aren't they? Scared shitless about being challenged. I'm only armed with questions, nothing else. They can't take that. This is why you can't have conversations with them. This is why I don't get any far left people coming into my live streams, because they don't want to answer questions. They'll just label you as a racist, far right, and that's the end of the conversation. It's not interested in listening to other people's opinions. Quite laughable, really, because it's not about socialism, but socialism is all over their banners. Socialist worker. That's why these people are standing with Black Lives Matter. It's because it's a Marxist socialist movement. I wonder how they'll respond if I ask them how many black people Black Lives Matter has put through college since the 7 years that it's been up and going. How many neighbourhoods has it cleaned up? Black Lives Matter, not a one. They've raised over $1 billion in US dollars. Not one single black person helped through college. Black business started up. They did the opposite. They burned down businesses. And they talk about socio-economic situations that black people are in. Well, if you riot and you burn down your neighbourhood, businesses aren't going to want to go there, are they? So it's just a vicious circle. Christ. Great. Now I'm going to be in a musical. I'm going to take a knee for a criminal.
I'm hoping you'll join me. The words are, you've possibly sung it before. Justice for George Floyd, justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd, justice for us all. And then we sing, which side are you on now?
The right side of history, that's what.
Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Oh, we've got a nice funky beat too. Let's do it again.
Ooh, we've got a bit of beat going on now.
Here we go. Justice for George Floyd, justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd, justice.
And now we've got that person trying to push me back. Keep your 2 meters, please. You're way too close to me. Yeah, be careful about COVID. You need to keep your 2 meters distance, don't you?
You need a mask on, don't you?
No, I don't. I'm out in the open.
Oh, stay away then.
No. Here we go, look. And this is how they react. This is how the far left react, because they are the far left. I don't know what they're trying to block.
Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now?
They're so concerned about COVID-19, but they're not keeping the 2 meters distance, are they? You're wearing your mask to protect me, so why don't you keep your 2 meters distance? Stop racist attacks, unite and fight. Stand up to racism. What about stand up to all racism, eh? Stand up to all racism. Let's not be selective about it, eh?
Justice for George Floyd, justice for us all.
Don't be a dickhead, mate. Don't be a dickhead. Don't put that in my face either. Don't put it in my face. It's amazing who's been antagonising ones, isn't it? It's not been me. It's been them. All on. Well, I've got every right to be here just as much as you have. This is a public space. It's a public pavement. Yeah, so I've got every right to be here. 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 What did you say? Everything I've said has been illegal. What's that about? Nice lefty there. So peace loving and loving of peace, aren't they? Yeah. A black criminal. A career criminal. A guy who held a gun at a pregnant woman's stomach. This is who they're celebrating. I've done my research. It's right here. You want to see his rap sheet? It's very interesting. He's a career criminal. He's a career criminal. She was very pregnant. Bollocks, how do you know she was pregnant or not? Have you actually read the news? You haven't researched at all. Otherwise you wouldn't be taking a knee to a black criminal, would you? Yeah, it does. Well, at least he's a criminal then. Oh, he's a criminal, is he? But you're going to take a knee for him. Right, yeah, okay.
Makes them superior to somebody who's different from us. As I was coming here today, unfortunately, I don't think prepared, I don't think the goods I know I just thought to myself, well, I'm going to stand what I'm going to say. What really drove the message home for me was I was born and raised in this country. Father came here many years ago with factories, all the shifts at the time before my granddad. We've been here for around 60 years.
Same old thing, isn't it? Do your research. Do your research. They've done none. They've done no research. You've done no research on the guy, have you? Or you won't be taking a knee to him.
And before this, I've never actually.
Not exactly got the moral high ground, have you? Taking the knee for a guy who held a gun at a pregnant woman's stomach. You do realise it wasn't a race crime as well, don't you? The police officer had a long vendetta with the guy. Had a long vendetta with the guy. It wasn't even race related, and that's a fact. It wasn't even race. What about white people in America that are killed by police officers? Because that percentage is a lot higher. It's a lot higher. Yeah, I've done my research, mate. This is my research. Yeah. How about Sasha Johnson, Oxford leader of Black Lives Matter? The white man will not be our equal, but our slave. You don't want to listen to the truth, do you? No, of course you don't want to listen to the truth, because the truth hurts. Yeah, don't talk to the subversive. You might get educated.
What is the point? You mean a racist?
For our future generations to have to live through that.
Am I a racist? I'm centre left. I'm a racist. I'm a far right. I have exactly the same conversations with the far right as I'm having with you right now. I don't agree with them either. So how am I far right? They hate me just as much as you do. What a surprise that the far right hate me, because I don't like their racism either. You've got nothing, otherwise you'd answer my questions, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be afraid to answer my questions. You wouldn't have come up to me from the outset and tried to move me on. You can do that all you like, but it's you that can't answer the questions, isn't it? Yeah? Do I need to? Have you? Have you said what you are? I don't even know who you are. You're wearing a mask. You want me to show your face? I'm showing my face. Yeah. Oh, really? Was that a threat? Was that a threat? You know what my face looks like? Right. Fine. You know what my face is, do you? Yeah, he says, you know what my face looks like. It's all on camera. Don't worry. Threat, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the knee for and doing the Black Power sign. Nice one. Basically, Black Lives Matter is the KKK of the flip side. That's what they are. They're a white black supremacist movement. Absolute sheep. Absolute sheep. Taking the knee for a black criminal. A criminal that threatens pregnant women. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. State of the far left in our country.
No justice, no peace.
I guess that's a threat against peace then, is it? No justice, no peace? They'll disrupt peace if there's no justice?
Thank you so much for coming.
I thought the officers have been arrested and they're being tried.
Some people say it's different in the UK, it's not like America. Well, let me just quote from the only black chief superintendent. He was chief superintendent for Kent after he worked in the Met. His name is Michael Fuller. He said, in both societies there is racial injustice and
That's because he's a far left nutcase.
the way black communities are treated in both.
That's the guy who took the knee. That's the guy who did the video about who took the knee.
Keep fighting, keep united, and keep safe. We'll take a photo now. So if the people on the bottom part just move up to the front of the pavement here, we'll take a photo with the court in the background. Thank you very much.
There you have it. They won't answer any questions. They're not interested in a civil discourse. They came to me. They asked me. Christ. Yeah, I think that's pretty much illegal, putting signs on the courthouse. It's not supposed to have any kind of political affiliations whatsoever. It's a courthouse. Justice is blind. That's it. They've had their massive virtue signal. They're all going to go home now and go and pat themselves on the back for virtue signaling about a black criminal. That's all it was. Pure virtue signaling. I'll have a walk home now. No police turned up. Didn't think they would. Not interested in that rabble. Look at the state of them. Look at them. Just proves that the far left can't handle conversation. Can't handle conversation. Dealt with conversation with people. I had all these questions to ask them. Immediately harassed and told to move on because I dared to question their little virtue signal. Hope you enjoyed it.